Hello, I'm Reginald Bullock, and I am the author of Becoming the Best Version of Yourself. You know, writing this book has been enlightening for me. And of course, writing any book can be enlightening, and you learn so much about yourself as you're doing it. But I just wanted to share with you, for those who've not purchased the book yet, that this book is taking off, and so many people are loving it. Um, I have a hard time judging myself, so I've always listened to other people tell me what they thought or what they think about my work and take it from there, right? And so I decided to at least share with you some of these chapters. The first chapter, chapter 1, is transformation. Transformation actually is change management or change. And I talk about that in the book. But you are in the position to transform, just like a butterfly transform from a larva to a pupa, as it goes from a caterpillar to a butterfly or a moth. You can transform as well. The chapter number 2, when I say it, everything is it. What is it? Who is it? What would I like to do? What is it I want to do? So you have to define it. We talk about the things that we want to do all of the time, but we don't necessarily define the it. And when you start defining the it, now you can execute it. No pun intended. And then I put, why does it matter? Why does it matter, right? And think about it. Why does it, italicized, matter? I talk about that in the book. Overcoming. I'm going to tell you right now, chapter 3 is so powerful and emotional because we all have things that we carry with us. Call it baggage, demons, weight, challenges, issues, trauma, you name it. You got to overcome it. In order to be the best version of yourself, you must overcome. I don't know what your things are that you have to overcome, but I'll tell you, if you're a human being, you probably have a lot of things that you need to overcome in order to become the best version of yourself. So this chapter gets into it. There's a subchapter in here called glass ceiling. Imagine everyone who has ever broken the glass ceiling, all of the things they had to overcome in order to do that. So I get into it. Becoming. This is the fun part, right? Because this is where you actually are learning about yourself and appreciating what you're learning, and you're doing the doing. You're not just laying around thinking about it. You don't have a whole bunch of lists of things that you want to do. Your dream board is becoming a reality, and your affirmations mean something to you and they're happening. The becoming is so much fun. Chapter 5, wanted with action. I said in the dedication of this book, when I was dedicating it to my mother, something to the effect of, I want what I want when I want it because I want it. How many children, want what they want because they want it when they want it from their parents? How many other people, you may even want what you want when you want it because you want it? All right, that's fine. I hear people talk about what they want all the time. I want this type of house. I want to go on this kind of vacation. I want these types of cars. I want this type of watch or jewelry, or I want this type of relationship. But you gotta want it with action. You can't just want it. You gotta want it with action. All right, chapter 6, believing in yourself. Man, if every person on earth could believe in themselves, then we could probably do away with a lot of therapies, right? So it's hard sometimes to believe in yourself. And sometimes it takes someone else to believe in you first. I didn't get to be where I'm at by myself. And part of the reason I am where I am is because somebody, or several people actually, believed in me and saw something in me before I even knew it was in me, and they helped to bring it out of me until I was able to believe in myself. But sometimes you have to reset your mind. So the subchapter, Mind Reset, gets into what a mind reset is. And then I put in here, I don't have my glasses on, motivation. You know, motivation is key to so many different things, and I can get into all kinds of terminologies around motivation to include energy. But motivation, where does it come from? Do you need somebody else to motivate you, or can you motivate yourself? Regardless, if you're not motivated to do something, then you're not going to do it. And in order to become the best version of yourself, you need to be motivated. Where does that motivation come from? And how do you achieve success? Chapter 7. Who are you? Knowing who you are and owning who you are. Oh man. When you know who you are and you own who you are, then the answer to who are you becomes crystal clear. There's this thing that I talk about when I'm doing speeches and workshops. It's called sovereignty. Sovereignty. Do you have sovereignty over yourself? Do you own your own self? In other words, are you free? Don't get me started. Chapter 8, enjoy the journey. Oh man. You know, to wake up every day with a smile and to just embrace joy, peace, and happiness, and to know that no matter what happens today, it's going to be good. No matter what happens tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, it's going to be good. And I can't wait to do it because I have that EASM, I am sold myself, the last 4 letters of enthusiasm. I'm going to tell you, when you enjoy the journey, it gets deeper into mentoring. I'm sorry, I said it backwards. Mastering, mentoring, and making a difference. So part of the journey kind of requires you to master something, to get good at something, to put a lot of work into something and seeing those results so well that now you can mentor others to do it. And when you mentor others to do it, that starts to feel good for you, right? You get self-satisfaction. But here's the byproduct. Those others now are mastering what they're doing. So when you mastered what you've done and you have mentored others to do the same, what's next? Make a difference in this world. Make a difference in your family. Make a difference in your community. Make a difference at work. Make a difference for yourself. But make a difference. And let that difference that you made last longer than you. So master, mentor, and make a difference. That's a speech. And then chapter 9. Chapter 9. Write your own book. Yes, I wrote in my book, chapter 9, write your own book. And I put down chapter 1 in the beginning, because every book has to have a beginning. Chapter 2 to 4, you're going to write 3 sections. I'm giving away the whole section now. I'm telling you, everything is in the book. You got to buy the book. I'm not telling you, but I will say chapter 9, I teach you how to write your own book. As an author, so many people have asked me, how do you write a book? How do I get started? Do you get writer's block? What did you do? How long did it take you to write a book? Where did you get your idea? You know, so many different questions. But at the end of the day, they're asking the questions because they are interested in possibly writing a book. So the answers to writing a book are not just here. I walk you through it from a perspective that chapter 9 will allow you to write your book. Chapter 10, expand your horizons. What does that mean? Expand your horizons. So through personal experiences, I show you how I went from the Richard Allen Projects of Philadelphia, latchkey kid, to a single parent mom, me and my brother, just in the hood, to where I am now. And it comes from expanding my horizons. And then a lot of it has to do with travel. So I've traveled around the world, and each place that I travel, I expand my horizons. So, you know, I can say, Annyeonghaseyo, Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, Buenos Dias, ¿Cómo está? Bonjour, monsieur, Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and ni hao. There are many different languages out there, thousands. And when you travel, you get to speak to people, you get to learn their culture. And through respect, you get to communicate with them in their language, and they respect you back because you took enough time to learn their language. So that's how I know a lot of languages. But each time it expands my horizons. And being in the Air Force, yes, horizon means one thing. And similarly, you can expand your horizons. So this is a good book. And then I get into the appendix, and there's a lot of good stuff in the appendix, to include the trough. And then at the end of each chapter, I highlight some things. So it says, for instance, chapter 6, key points to remember. When you accept that, I need my glasses. When you accept that a statement is true or something exists, it's your belief. It's a representation of your perception of facts. I should have had my glasses on. But the point is, there are key points I make in each chapter. And Shannon, who helped me to edit the book, came up with the idea. She said, Reggie, why don't you extract certain key points and put it at the end of the chapter? I said, that's a great idea. So that's how this came to be. You'd be surprised how things happen, and I execute. So I'm Reginald Bullock saying, it has been fun writing this book, becoming the best version of yourself. It almost ended up being be the best version of yourself. And in certain documentations, I still see that show up to include on my website. But we're changing it all and making sure it's right. But I'm just sharing this with you to let you know what the journey's like. This is a real journey. This is not some behind the scenes television writers and editors and other people. And, we did 10,000 takes and it's all cut up. No, this is just Reggie B being Reggie B, and doing what I do makes me happy. And I want to share it with everyone because I'm hoping that whatever it is that you're doing is making you happy. Whatever it is that you are into is making you happy. And when you wake up every single day, you're happy and you have joy, peace, and happiness. But if you don't have that, I am here to tell you that if you are on the journey of becoming the best version of yourself, one of the byproducts definitely is happiness, as well as joy and peace. Anyway, I'm Reggie B saying, get out there and become the best version of yourself.